welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa. Today I'm going to be picking my TBR for the month of August. So I have this TBR prompt jar right here with a bunch of prompts. I made these like a long time ago. Like I wrote these months ago. So I don't even remember what's in here. So it's going to be kind of a surprise. I'm probably going to pick around like 5 to 6 books. I do have to be realistic with how many books I'm going to read in August because school is starting and a bunch of other responsibilities I have to do. So I don't know how busy I'm going to be and if I'm going to have much time to read, I don't know. Usually I don't really plan my month. I just kind of read whatever I want. So this is going to be something new. I'm more of a mood reader. If I feel like reading a book, I'll read it, which is still what I'm going to do. If I want to read something else, I will. Here we go. I'm just going to... Okay. First prompt says, oh, a book from one of your favorite authors. Okay, so some of my favorite authors are like Holly Jackson, Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I love Lynn Painter. So let me look around and see. Usually I read all the books of my favorite authors, but let's try to find one. So I don't keep my TBR in a specific shelf. I just leave it everywhere, which is something I'm going to have to change because I kind of want my TBR, like a lot of people put their TBR in a specific shelf. That's what I want to do. Okay, so I found 3 options of books by my favorite authors I have not read yet, and it'll be Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. She wrote the Inheritance Game series. I love her. This is the 4th book in the series, and I've read like a little bit of it, but then I just kind of left it. I only read like 40 pages. Then we have The Brothers Hawthorne, also by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is a part of the series of the Inheritance Games, but it's like not part of that series, but it's in the same world. And this came out like last year, and for some reason I still haven't read it. I love this series. I just kind of left it and I haven't picked it up again. And I think that her new book, The Grandest Game, just came out. So I would love to read this to, catch up and be able to read that book. And then we have The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. Again, I started this book and then left it. I do that with so many books. I think I'm not the only person who does that. I pick up a bunch of books and then never really finish them because I'm just not in the mood for them. I'm kind of in between The Brothers Hawthorne and Bad Blood. But I think I'm going to do The Brothers Hawthorne because I've been wanting to read this for so long. And like I said, her new book just came out. I think it comes out July 31st. So by the time this video is out, the other book, The Grandest Game, will probably already have come out. So it'd be great to be able to read this and then buy the other book and read it as well. First book of the month, The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Okay, so for the next prompt, let me just reach for the bottom. Okay. Prompt number 2. A book that has a movie or TV adaptation. Oh, okay. Okay, so I have a lot of those, actually. I have a lot of books that have like a movie to TV adaptation. Like from this shelf right here, I think you guys can see it. We have Me Before You, which has a movie, which I've been wanting to watch, but I am like a read the book before you watch the movie person. So yeah, we have Me Before You. We have the Maze Runner series. Well, I only have the first book, but we have that book, which also has, I have not watched the movie yet because I haven't read the book. So for this book prompt, I decided to pick Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I have watched this movie actually a couple years ago. I think I watched it like 2 or 3 times. But I've wanted to read the book for a while. I thought about picking Me Before You, but I know that book is like sad. And I don't think I want to read like a really sad book. I know this one has some like sad things about it too. Same with like The Kite Runner, I think that has a movie. It's also sad. The Book Thief, I've heard it's sad. And so I just don't want to read like a really, really sad book this month. I might if I'm in the mood for it later, but for now I picked Wonder, which I know that this is about Augie, I think, is the main character. And he has like a facial difference, and now he starts going to school, and it's just like this whole story about him. It's not too long. It's only like 300 pages, but like the font is pretty big, so it shouldn't take too long to read. Third prompt I'm just gonna pick this one. A book over 400 pages. And then I wrote, I'm scared, LOL. Yeah, I do not like long books. Because most of the time they feel like they're dragged. But there are some really good books that are long. But I just get scared. And so, but mostly if it's long and it has small font, I won't read it. So let's look for a book over 400 pages. Okay, my first option is Twilight. So I've actually read like half of this book years ago. I feel like I've talked about this on my channel before. I read half of Twilight, and then I got to like a certain part and I just could not keep going. Picked it up multiple times to give it like a second, third chance, and I just can't get through like this specific, literally this is how much I've read. I just can't get through it, but it is almost 500 pages. I think I read like, let's see, I read 270 pages and it just felt like super dragged, which is why I think I left it. I picked it up like multiple times actually and tried and couldn't. But I don't know, maybe this is the month. I think I have other options over there on my bookshelf. I have a smaller bookshelf by my bed. I have the Prince Harry spare, what's that called? I think it's a memoir. I don't know if it's over 400 pages though, and I don't know if I'm in the mood for that. A lot of the books that are over 400 pages are in series. It's like the 4th book in a series, and I haven't read it yet. Well, actually, Bad Blood is also over 400 pages. It's 500 pages. I think it's time. I think it's time I finish Twilight. I think I'm gonna do it. I know a lot of people read this in like middle school, and it's like a really famous series. So I have to finish it. Let's finish it. And then I can finally give my review and say if I actually like it or not. 4th prompt. Oh, is that 2? Yeah, that's 2. Oh, there you go. A fantasy book. Let me just say, fantasy is one of the genres I read like nothing of. I bought a couple books that are fantasy, but it's like super out of my comfort zone, which I think a lot of people feel that way about fantasy. Like they don't read a lot of it until they start reading it and then they love it, which is what I've been wanting. Since I don't read a lot of fantasy, I actually don't have a lot of fantasy books, but I'll bring the ones that I have and then we can decide between one of those. So I have 3 of my fantasy books right here. These are like the only fantasy books I have. I also have the Red Queen series, but I'm not sure if that's fantasy or dystopian, so I just kind of left that one over there, just in case. So I have The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which is like a really, really famous fantasy series. A lot of people say that it's more like politics than it is like a romance. Like there's very, very little romance in it. The font is, oh, let me see. Oh, it's so cute. Look at like how the chapters start. Aw, I didn't know they did that. I haven't gotten like far enough in the book to see that. It's actually really cute. Anyways, the second option is Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I've heard a lot about this. I have no idea what it's about, but I've heard of this book. I know that it's like a found family trope. Oh, well, ooh, the font is kind of small. And how long is this book? Oh, look at, this is what I like about fantasy books though. Look at that. It is 508 pages with like small font, which is what I think fantasy has small font sometimes, which is, can be scary. I think this is like double POV. Is this in 3rd point of view? Is that what it's called? No, it's not. No. Okay, it's not. And then 3rd option is Heartless by Marissa Mayer. I've been wanting to read this book for a long time. Oh, it's a retelling of the Queen of Hearts. And I know this is so random, but the 4th movie of Descendants just came out, and I haven't watched it, but I've seen a lot of like edits on TikTok and whatever. And everyone is talking about Bridget, which is like the pink character, and she's supposed to be, I think, the Queen of Hearts when she was little. And everyone's like talking about this book now and how it reminds them of like this book. It's about like a girl who wanted to be a baker, and so it's the story of literally this. And so I'm like, oh, it's like sparked my interest again. And I've been wanting to pick it up. They're so different, like the sizing of these. Look at how gorgeous that is. I think I'm gonna pick this one. You guys, my obvious excitement about it, I'm gonna have to pick it. 4th book is Heartless by Marissa Mayer. Red Queen retelling, no, Queen of Hearts, sorry. Red Queen, a Queen of Hearts retelling. We'll see. Fantasy, not very comfortable with it. 5th book. Hopefully I get a good prompt. Ooh. A book with a cover I don't like. So basically an ugly book cover. Because, you know, I do judge books by their cover. And if you don't, you're a liar. Everybody does. Every reader does it. Ugly cover. Oh, I think I have a book in mind, actually. So for this prompt, I think I'm going to pick 99 Days by Katie Katun. I don't know how to say her last name, but I started this book, actually. And then I left it because it wasn't, like, my thing. I wasn't loving it. And I started reading other books. But it's basically about this girl who leaves her town because, like, a huge scandal that she had between these two brothers. But now she's back for the summer for 99 days. So now she has to, like, go around town and see the two brothers, see the whole family and, like, the whole town. It's a small town. So, like, the gossip runs fast. And she didn't think both the brothers were going to be there. She knew that one of them was going to be there. But now the other brother shows up. And now she has to spend 99 days seeing these two brothers that she had, like, a huge scandal with. The whole town knows what she did. It's like very dramatic. From the very little that I read, it's so dramatic. But I like it. I mean, it's not that. But I don't like the cover. It's very, like 2000s. Like, you know, those books. I think there is, like, a pretty cover. I'll put a picture of the pretty cover up here, which I liked. But this is the one that I found. And it's not as pretty. So we're going to read this one. Anyways, fifth book, 99 Days. I filmed this outro and everything before, but something happened and I lost some of the footage. So now we're refilming it. I got 5 books. I'm not gonna do any more prompts, but I will read probably more books, but I'm gonna like mood read them or they're for other videos. The 5 books we have 99 Days by Katie something, don't know her last name. Heartless by Marissa Mayer. I'm excited for this one. Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. Oh. They have the same last name. Never noticed that. Wonder by R.J. Palacio. And The Brothers Hawthorne by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Those are all those 5 books. I'm hoping I'll be able to read them. Oh. I know that I'll probably read, kind of spoiler alert, I'll probably read If Only I Had Told Her this month. Even though it's not on the TBR, I want to read it. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. I'll have all my socials linked down below and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!